Miss Hearron is one of the many teachers at Northwood that makes it a home, not just a school. But what if she wasn't a teacher? This could have been a very real possibility because she originally had plans to be a nurse.
So then I said, well, I might want to be a nurse. And so got into that, and I had a lady tell me, do you really want to do this, Sandy? And I was like, what are you talking about? And I said, well, she goes, you know, you're really good at science and all that, but, you know, your interaction with people who are sick, you just have to have a different type of personality to work with sick people. You can't, you know, they're sick, they're in bad moods. Everybody's in a bad mood, you know, and so you got to have that, you know, what do they call it, empathy. And I did, but not probably as enough as I should. And at the time, I was devastated. I was like, can you believe this lady's telling me this?
After her plans of being a nurse got turned around, it was her own classmates that told her that she had a real talent for teaching.
But I was the one kind of, hey, let's break it down to do this. And I figured out I was good at it. And they were the ones who said, hey, you might want to be a teacher.
Now, she wasn't always a Falcon. Miss Hearron taught 2 years outside of Northwood before she found herself here.
I was actually at a baseball game. My brother came here, and I was at a baseball game. And the principal at the time, Mr. Bass, was out there. And I guess he heard me talking to my mom. I was at North Dakota, and he's like, well, have you ever thought about teaching out here? I said, no, I haven't really thought about that. He goes, well, come in and talk to me. And I went in like 2 weeks later, and he offered me the job right then.
Now, if you've ever had Miss Hearron as a teacher, you know that one of her main goals is to prepare her students for their future and build the characteristics that they need.
I want them to have options, okay? And that means, because look at my life, how it changed. I never, that wasn't in my mind that I was going to go be a teacher. I just knew I want kids to have options. And so that's why I really push them to take extra classes, you know, electives, not get late ins, not early outs, whatever all that mess is. Because I want them to have options, because you never know when you're going to change your mind. And I want you to be prepared for the next level. Whether it be going to college or going to work, you still have to have a work ethic and be able to learn, turn in things on time, follow instructions. You know, the best part of the year I love is the beginning of the school year, especially when they start college. And they will, every year, it never fails, somebody says, hey, I know all about cellular respiration, no energy, no life, you die. Or they'll be in a lab, hey, I was the only one who knew how to use a microscope. You know, I look forward to those because I know it's going to happen. And you'd be surprised at the students who do. It's the ones who, I mean, felt like I was torturing them and, you know, barely got by, that always come back and say, hey, you're right, you know.
My name is Mackenzie Johnson. I'm a registered nurse of 3 years. I'm also alumni of Northwood, class of 2018. And having Miss Hearron really prepared me academically for my college career. So having biology as a freshman and anatomy as a junior really gave me those foundations to build upon, and learning how to study, learning how to take a test, and how to take notes even. Those things really prepared me for college, like my prerequisite classes for nursing school, and even a lot of my nursing classes. Those strong foundations really, really were essential whenever I got into my higher level science classes. So it's a lot to endure, but trust me, it's worth it.
Now, Miss Hearron is not just a beloved science teacher. She is the coach of Northwood's dance team, Falcon Line.
I actually danced, you know, most of my life. I danced in college. So, of course, when I got the job, I was like, well, we got a dance team coach available. I said, well, I guess I'll take it. It's very hard to find somebody who's a teacher who, A, knows about dance and teams, and B, who want to take the time to do it. Because it does take a lot of time.
It's a lot of time.
I just love it, and so it doesn't bother me. It's not only the practice, because we're a year-round sport is the problem. 10 out of 12 months. And even like at Christmas and those little vacations and stuff, well, like fall break, we're going to be practicing to get ready for a routine.
It's still rewarding to...
and I love it. I love seeing the kid. Even today, I had that guest speaker. What she learned from that was, you know, she said she's a veterinarian. What she learned from that was the discipline of it, you know, and the time management. She was involved, she did it, not so much all the dance, but all the other characteristics that you
come with
get from doing things like that.
And so Falcon Line in general is just really rewarding for you to be able to witness all of them grow.
Yes, yeah, just like in the classroom, they're growing, through the art of dance, and getting all of those characteristics, self-discipline, commitment,
the same.
All those characteristics you can get from the classroom. It's just added here, but it's a little more teamwork. So you got to learn how to work with people and leadership, and how do you talk to people and respond, when it's hot outside. But, it's just, I do like the rewards from it. Just being hoping I'm making a difference somewhere. Dance for high school is a little bit different than like in studios and things. Here, my objective is to get kids involved. I want them involved so they can learn those qualities, so that we may not have triple and quadruple turns and stuff, but we're going to look good, together. Because I'm just trying to get them involved so that they can have those experiences to learn from.
Here at Northwood, we like to recognize our hardworking Falcons. So next time you see Miss Hearron, make sure to tell her how much you appreciate all the work she puts into our school, creating a legacy both through her classroom and Falcon Line.
Right now, you don't see it, and you're just miserable hot out there, You got to look at the grand scheme of things, the big picture. And that's hard for kids to do. And so when they do, it's pretty rewarding. And then